All right, my friends, the age-old question. Do you choose comfort or do you choose speed? Let's get on topic. Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Get Out Arizona, and you are watching another fabulous episode of Bike Showcase on Toolbox Topic, yeah? And as I alluded to in our opening, today we are going to be talking about that age-old question, do we choose comfort or do we choose speed? And today we have two fabulous bikes. We have the Trek Madone SL5, this is the Gen 8, the new one.
Yes.
And then we have the Trek Domane SL5, this is the newest generation as well.
Gen 4.
Gen
yes.
4 at $34.99 each, so $3,500. Now, before we get started, though, I want to remind you that we are coming to you from Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix here in Goodyear, Arizona, where I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Brandon Van Leuven.
Oh,
all right, the lovely co-host. It's where the cool kids hang out, and me. Brandon, how's your week been, real quick?
It was all right.
Is that all right?
Yep.
Yep. No one
What are you getting
forced
at?
you to drink? Look at this guy. He thinks I'm freaking, I'm not going to do. Come on now. It's not like the old days with Mr.
It's
Finger.
all right. It's going by fast enough. It'll be over soon.
Good, good. There we go. There we go. Plans for the weekend, just hanging out?
Just hanging out.
Nice. Can't argue with that.
It's
I
too
got to
hot.
work all weekend.
It's still too hot.
Yeah, and now we're
And I'll be
moving
working
into our
tomorrow.
monsoon
I'll be
season.
working tomorrow,
You working
too.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. At least you'll be indoors. Yeah. You're not out.
It's easy.
You're
I
not
can't
outside
complain.
doing construction. So.
I can't complain.
True. So, all right. So who would have thought we'd have a Madone Gen 8 at $3,500, very reasonably priced. For this road bike, very reasonably priced. Again, some people like to light us up in the comments, we're $3,500, that's not inexpensive. You're right, guys, it's not, we get that. But for this bike, $3,500 for an entry-level price on this, for carbon, it's very reasonable.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. And then on this side, we have the Gen 4 Domane at $3,500. Two different bikes for two different riders, although there is a little bit of crossover, I think, in my opinion. We've got comfort and endurance, can use this as a gravel, and this is just a powerhouse on the road.
Yes.
And since the Amonda no longer comes in carbon, all right, we've only got aluminum, here's our comparison.
That's what makes our comparison so valid.
Yep, I think right now.
$3,500 is your budget.
Yep.
These are your only two choices right now for a Trek bicycle in carbon. If you have to have carbon, this is where you live right here, and this is. It makes things easier. It does make things easier that the Amonda is gone in carbon.
Right. And yes, I would say the waters are less muddy. But here's my question.
Now you have two tools that are further away from each other.
Right. Where that Amonda is almost a crossover bike.
A little bit, yeah.
And now you're really kind of forced to choose. I almost wonder, has Trek got something up their sleeve? Are we going to see a new iteration of a road bike maybe that's
I have not heard anything
hybrid
along those lines.
So now I will tell you this, guys. I'd love to friggin' review the new Slash E pedal assist, but Brandon called it a hot dumpster fire. If they ever get one in the store, we'll do one, don't worry. But it just kind of makes me wonder what Trek might have on the horizon when it comes to road and gravel bikes.
Anything is possible.
So
I feel like they're trying to simplify things. I think they're going in the right direction.
I think
combining
they are too.
the Amonda and Madone into the new Madone.
Yep.
But yeah, who knows? They're always up to something.
They are. Those fucking bastards. I'm sorry, I digress. All right, so these are evenly matched. They both have 105 groups.
Yeah.
Okay. So from front to back, we're talking same group, brakes, everything.
Everything.
Cassettes, cranks. There's nothing different there, my friend.
It's just the frame.
It's the frame and the geometry.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. What are the differences and what will set this bike apart?
Pikey?
This pikey apart from this bike right here. Who are my riders for these and why?
Okay, this is they're both high performance bikes. They'll both go as fast as you can go. Absolutely. But this one's going to help you out a little bit more in the aerodynamic.
In the efficiency category.
In the efficiency category for sure. So this one's faster, supposed to be lighter, but while we're on that, these two bikes are only about a half-pound difference.
You know, I poop in the morning and there's my half-pound difference.
So don't buy one or the other based off of weight because they are almost identical. Base your decision off of what is more important to you. Do you want a higher performance bike that has aerodynamic properties, or do you need something a little more endurance geometry, a little more comfortable? Most people
can handle some off-road too.
And can handle off-road. Yep, what I always say. Have 2 wheel sets, one gravel one road one, and
Yep.
you have one bike that does 2 things pretty damn well.
Pretty damn well.
So you can't do that on this bike.
No.
Well, I've tried. You can, but it doesn't feel good.
For all intents and purposes, you can't, okay?
But it doesn't feel right.
Yes. Not by a long shot.
You really have to, again, you really have to do some soul searching to see where you're going to live.
Okay.
I will say that most people that purchase Madones or in the past high-end Amandas and they get their fit done, their fit usually ends up looking like a Domane once we're all done.
Right.
So yes, we all love to look fast. We all love to, look the part, but that's not really, being practical, it's not for everybody. And so the Domane really is probably most people's better choice.
Okay. So let's talk about that a little bit. We hear a lot of conversation, a lot of chatter that the geometry on this one is uncomfortable. And if you're riding somewhere, between that 20 to 50 mile range, this is the bike for you, because after 50 miles, this becomes a bit tenuous. Where this bike, you can do that 20 to 100 miles and be comfortable.
It's going to help you out a little bit.
Your entire ride.
And again, it all depends on a rider's flexibility and endurance levels. I mean, like their physical endurance levels as well.
And all things being equal, we have riders that can do that. But is there some validity to this geometry being so extreme that once you cross a certain mileage threshold, that this bike is no longer comfortable? Would you say that's accurate or inaccurate?
For most people, probably yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, a younger person,
Right.
the back doesn't feel like mine. You ride that thing for 100 miles and they're not going to feel it. Their ass isn't going to hurt their back and their neck isn't going to hurt.
Right.
It's starting to hurt me now. So my bikes are coming in a little more as the years go by.
A little bit more relaxed.
Right.
Yeah. So, nope, I get it.
But I would say in my younger years, I was able to ride a Madone at, 60, 80 miles easily and have no qualms with fit or the way I felt.
Now, Brandon brought up, after a bike fitment, and I'll link some videos up top. It's so important, especially at this level, when you're purchasing a bike like this, that you get it properly fitted to you for a couple of reasons. It will make your ride exponentially more. And after I had my fitment done again, I would never own a bike without it being fitted.
I highly recommend it.
And most shops can save those measurements, and we can extrapolate those to other bikes to get you dialed in without having to get a second fitment. So once you get fitted for either the Madone or the Domane, now we're talking about a bike that's tailored to you, that's going to give you the highest performance with the most comfortable ride you can possibly get ergonomically.
Exactly.
Is it a silver bullet? No. There just could be some fine tuning afterwards. We could have some issues there, but it's going to solve about 95% of your woes for sure.
It always feels good when a fit gets done. I'm not a fitter. Glenn's our fitter. It always feels good when you ask them, well, how'd your fit go? It's like, or they come back in 2 weeks. That fit was amazing. It did wonders for my comfort, my endurance, everything. So it really does work. It's not gimmicky at all.
No.
And it's, it's not cheap. It's about, at our shop, it's $250, but it really is valuable. And again,
worth every penny.
we give you those hard numbers at the end of the day, and that's your information. Those are your numbers. Now, those numbers will change as the years go by a little bit.
Shrink or get taller, which isn't likely.
Yep. Or you get an injury or something. They may change.
Injuries usually are
at least
what
you have
change
a
that.
great place to start if you need to get a fit done in the future.
Okay.
So.
Now, when we're talking about riders, and of course we could pretty much sum this up with something you've already said, and that's like, subscribe, bell notification icon if you like the video so far and you're finding some value to it. Helps out the channel, helps out the video. I had to try to get that in there. 2 wheel sets, 2 bikes, and this one pretty much does it all.
Yeah.
1 wheel set, 1 bike, and you're now
your
criteriums,
aero, you're lighter.
Right,
now,
but this is going to be for criteriums. This is going to be for shorter races.
It's going to be your race bike. This is your all-around race bike now.
Right. This is like the Excalibur or the Pro Caliber
sort of.
in the mountain. This is your racer.
I don't know. You can get a damn light, if you go to Project One, you can get a pretty damn sweet Domane that you can race as well. I mean, don't think that Domane is not a high-performance race bike.
Right.
It can be.
And very much.
It can be. Absolutely.
But you're going to spend a buttload of money getting it to be a high-performance race bike.
You are.
Where this one, you don't really have
the
to.
Geometry, everything just feels so much more nimble than this bike. It really feels like a race bike to me.
It does. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. if this one was in the right size, it probably would have already gone home for me at $3,500, you know, and not much. And Brandon would have been like, wait, I thought you wanted, you know, the SLR, the R version, which I do. But this thing is badass. And again, if you're looking for a higher performance road bike, and I have my my Checkpoint, my gravel bike, Brittany, and she's amazing. But her home is on multi-surface gravel, i.e. mountain bike trails. That's where she really shines. So I'm not going to ride her on the blacktop like I would this bike.
No.
Not at all. So yes, that's why I'm looking for a dedicated road bike. But man, my initial first love was the Domane, so it's a tough decision for me. Yeah. At some point, you guys will know which one I chose.
Versatility, yeah, it's a tough decision if you have to do it. I will say, looking at the SL5s, if you get the SL5, it does not come with the water bottle cages.
Right, you were telling me that.
Do yourself a favor, purchase the water bottle cages and the water bottles that go with it. That is what kind of completes the package of aerodynamics.
Right.
That is what makes this whole bike one airfoil that works in unison to be as efficient as possible. So that is, don't put your own bottles on there. Let's put it that way. Get the ones that were just specifically designed for this frame.
Now, am I going to put bottles on this? No. Will I have my camel pack with 3 liters of water? Yes, because I'm that. I'm that guy.
That's all right.
Knucklejacker,
I'm
guys.
sorry I made that face.
No.
I'm trying to be like, just do what you got to do. Do your own thing. Who gives a shit?
So pretty soon we're going to have an episode of friggin' bougie mountain bikers that are actually roadies. That's this guy right here. So no, I'm joking.
No,
he likes to harass me.
In all seriousness, there's a lot of stigma.
There is.
On the right. Just do what feels good.
Do what's good for you guys.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah. I just drink so much water. There's never going to be water bottles that's going to carry enough water for me. This is why I have the hydration pack with 3 liters.
That's good. See, I always come home, I was like, well, pour them all out.
I barely have any wator left.
Looks like I took my water for a ride.
Yeah.
I rarely drink.
All right, so I digress. We digress. We're way off topic here. End of the day, your local bike store, whether it's an authorized Trek reseller like this, a Trek store, or it's a bike shop who sells Trek bicycles, if you have an opportunity, ride both of them. See which one initially fits you best. I think that's going to be a telltale sign of which one you should go with. But then ask yourself, what are you really riding? Because if you're not racing and you just want this one to ride on the clubs of the weekend, that's fine.
That's fine.
Everybody's got their hobby. Go for it, you know. This one, you feel like you're gliding. Dude, seriously, when I rode the last gen Madone, the Gen 7, and Brandon was talking about just how effortlessly the pedal and everything, it was, guys. I can't say enough. And it's not that I feel like I'm struggling on the Domane, but it's a distinctive difference. And you really can't, it's hard for me to explain it unless you get on it and ride. But both very high performance. You just have to ask yourself honestly what you want to do. And if you feel that you're going to be doing some mixed surface in the future, well then, again, this one with, you know, a gravel wheel set and a gravel tire, and then you're talking, what, 20 minutes of prep time the night before, and now you've got a gravel bike.
Yeah. So I said it better myself.
Yep.
So this is just a soul searching decision that you have to make.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're either an Elvis fan or a Beatles fan. You can't be both. You can like both, but you can't be a fan of both. So joking, guys. All right. So like, subscribe, bell notification icon helps out the channel, helps out the video. Links down below. The most important one is Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix, where we're at today. Once again, if you have any questions on anything you've seen today, you can give Brandon or one of his team members a call. They'll be more than happy to help you. Super great group here. The other ones for TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, the devil's work, but we need it. It's our social media. We talk about our group rides, our group hikes, all the fun activities that we have coming up and doing the adventures. Show us some love there, guys, and follow us on the day-to-day. The other ones are affiliate links. We receive a small commission. You are not charged any additional money. It does not cost you a dime, but it helps out the channel with gas money, park pass money, and coffee money. The other trifecta we love so much around here. So give us some support there as well. And on that note, what do we say at this point? Be kind to yourself and others, be amazing stewards on that trail. And I have to ask, what are you waiting for?
Get out Arizona.
Ah, a little lackluster there, but he means it. It's from the heart. That's right, my friends. Get out Arizona. And we will see you on that next adventure. Take care, everybody. Brandon, we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.